Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Manchester City Show. Mandem United podcast beats the Mandem City podcast, where we talk all things in regards to both Manchester clubs. As you can see from the title, breaking news in the last couple hours. Also, Jadon Sancho, according to reports, wants to leave Manchester United for PSG. So I'm sure the vast majority of the conversation will be about that. And speaking of a player wanting to leave Manchester United to go to PSG, on the flip side, Agate's agent is in Manchester trying to sort out the deal for Agate to leave Paris and end up in Manchester. So I wonder if those two deals will be indeed combined. On the Manchester City front, quiet on the transfer front. However, can any team stop Manchester City 5P? They have won the league the last 4 years in a row. Can they win the 5P? Can they win the 5P? Probably yes, because no one's really done anything of note, to be honest. But here we are. Here we are. No one's done nothing of note to stop him, but I'm sure my co-host Vader, who I will bring on in a sec, will hype up Arsenal, will hype up Liverpool, probably hype up Manchester United to do him better and try and sell you lot Kool-Aid. But anyways, people, as always, run up the likes on the video. Make sure you do so, people. Hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Please make sure you share across all the socials as well. Make sure you do that. Please share at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless. Please retweet and like on Twitter. Make sure you share from the Instagram as well. And just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV and keep all your questions, like I said, Manchester United or Manchester City related. Without no further ado, this is my favorite crossover. I say this all the time. My favorite crossover, my favorite co-host. When you look at the other people who are in the other crossovers, you got them frauds on Wednesdays, in TJ and Tony. Thursdays, you got them absolute crooks with Surfer and Jess. Fridays, Ryan tells you all you need to know. But let me bring in my Don into the building. Man, like Vader is in the cut. Yes, Vader, what are you telling me, man? You good?
Yo, I'm good, my guy. You know what? Season's about to kick off. I got to do a proper intro. You know how it is. Yo, you know what? It's going to be one of those seasons where I'm going to be looking. Am I looking over my shoulder? Am I looking ahead of me? Am I looking up the table? I don't know what to expect right now, but I do expect to talk a lot about Liverpool. Ooh. Arguably the most successful club in England. I'm going to be talking about United, arguably the most successful club in England. And I'm going to have to talk about arguably the most emotional club in England, in Arsenal. And you know what? I'll refer to a little bit of what Manchester City are trying to do. You know, little something. We're trying to do our thing. But thanks for having me on. It's gonna be one of those shows, man. So Liverpool fans, let me say this right from the jump. If you're in the chat right now, you might not want to be in the chat. You might not want to be in the chat right now. I'm gonna be real. I know you've been getting it the last 2 days over there in the UK. I know it's late over there. You're about to hear Vader go in again before you go to sleep. I don't know if you want that. Maybe you want to catch this. Hit the like button. But maybe revisit this in the morning when your strength is back up, or choose to listen. We'll see what happens. But thanks for having me on, man.
Of course, man. And hey, you know what? If I was Vader and my team was about to 5P, I'd have all that vim. I'd have all that enthusiasm for the season. I'd be making grand intros. I fully get that. Don't do that. All right, so we'll start there. You're the City part of the title. Can any team stop the Manchester City 5P? Talk to us, Vader.
Can any team stop Manchester City? Of course. Of course teams could stop Manchester City. This 4P was difficult, extremely difficult. 2 points. 2 points is what separated
2 points.
A potential title winner to non-title winner, right? A lack of aggressiveness when facing against the title holders in Arsenal is what prevented them from actually getting this title. You know what I mean? The mentality. That's something they won't make the mistake again. That's something that every Arsenal fan have said. We learn from the past mistakes. They flew out the gates, flawless. They flew out the gates 2 seasons ago. They said, you know what? Nah, we got to pace ourselves.
Yeah, they did.
We got to pace ourselves. What did they do? They paced themselves the following season, and they progressed. And instead of 6-7 points difference, it was 2 points difference. The only difference now is they didn't have the mentality. They didn't have the mentality to take the title. They were just trying to fend off, right? They were just trying to defend. If you want that title, you got to go take it. You want that gal, you got to go ask for that hand. You got to go take it. Not aggressively, not aggressively. You know,
in a pleasantry manner with the gal team.
Yeah. Show you got game. Do it that way.
Yes.
But for the title, Flawless. For the title, you got to show that you got the cojones and want to go get it. Now, our team's prepared. Our team's preparing to take that. Our team's preparing to take the title away from Manchester City. 100%. These fans don't like me happy. I see it in the comments, Flawless.
Of course, I don't like you happy when it comes to this.
Yeah. You don't like me happy either. I understand that.
Not in regards to football. Everything else, I wish you nothing but success and the best. But within football, absolutely not. But yeah.
You want to see a sad Vader, but happy Vader, and it's been nice. It's been nice. I mean, Arsenal, I have to give them ratings. Look at what they're doing.
What are
their signings? Fixing their left back problems.
With Calafiori, yeah.
Calafiori.
Yeah.
They did that. And they did that quick. That was quick business, showing intent. Now, they also have been addressing their health issues because if it wasn't for Timber being injured and he's available, they've also looked at what they're going to do within the midfield. I hear Moreno is close. It's real close.
Do you rate Moreno?
I don't need to rate any Arsenal player. It doesn't matter whether I rate them or not, because I didn't rate Granit Xhaka. I didn't rate him at all. I thought he was serviceable at best.
Which he was for Arsenal. He was serviceable.
Absolutely. Arteta got the most out of him. Arteta showed, okay, I can make you better than what you are. And you know what? He maintained.
Second place. Yeah, well done, man. Maintain runners up.
No, I'm just saying. Xhaka maintained that level that Arteta kind of brought him to, and obviously he went invincible and won himself.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, but
I
don't need to rate the Arsenal players. When rivals, especially Arsenal fans, want to ask me, well, who do you pit better than City or vice versa? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I rate them or not. But the fact is that they rate him. The fact is that Arsenal fans got these compilations. Arsenal fans talk about filling a gap. When they point out something that was missing and they're filling in the gap, okay, that's the difference right there. That's the difference right there, Flawless. So absolutely. The Granit Xhaka, the missing of Granit Xhaka and the replacement of this Moreno dude, we'll give him the ratings for now.
I remind Moreno, just to clarify, there's been no bid accepted by the club and there's been no personal terms agreed.
I think they're keeping it hush-hush. Again, I got my ears. I had to come with the intro. I've been looking and I've been listening, Flawless. I've been looking and I've been listening. For those of you on Spotify, you need to get over onto this YouTube. I'm not joking. I know Flawless is liking the Spotify numbers, but listen, you're missing my man's slick looks when he's actually talking about. Yeah, you're not doing it right now. You're just listening right now. But you're missing Flawless's slick looks when he's kind of throwing out those jabs because you're on Spotify. You're not able to see it. And you're also missing some of the, I'm telling you, you're missing some of the animation that's happening right now. But Granit Xhaka was a miss, right? Mm-hmm. They're feeling that. I know you mentioned nothing's formally been done, but the Arsenal fans are so extremely confident that that's going to happen. And that's one of the gaps that prevented them from winning the league. Also, I'm hearing that the money's coming through for Nketiah. I'm hearing that the money's coming through.
Just to clarify, that deal's dead. Marseille said it's too much. The deal's dead.
Oh, Arsenal, what are you doing? Arsenal. Y'all have garage sales over in the UK?
Yeah.
I don't know if you call it something different, but
no, we call it it'd be like
yard sales.
No, we do have yard sales, but we don't call them yard sales. We would call them, what would we call a yard sale? Just a sale. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like a house sale, yeah.
When you're trying to get things out of your house because you got excess of it, you just got too many or it's outdated. You don't want it anymore. You're not sticking to that set price. You want it more so out the door than you want to keep it. Yo, large up. You want that stuff out. You're not trying to keep it. whatever that price tag is for Nketiah, for Marseille to say too high, lower that damn price. What are they doing?
That's what it's called, Chinlu. I couldn't remember the name. Car boot sale. That's our equivalent. Big up, Chinlu. I could not remember for the life of me what the phrase was, but now big up. That's why the chat's very effective.
That's funny. You know what? Because a car boot is when they repo your car. Like they put a boot on it, so you can't be driven anymore. Your car boot. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. Arsenal's messing around, but Arsenal have strengthened from the previous season. Yes. That is clear. And they were only 2 points off.
Have they strengthened enough to catch Manchester City? Bear in mind, Manchester City weren't at their best last season. You weren't at your best last season. Do you agree with that? Is that wait? Is that a fair statement? Manchester City as a team overall were not at their best. Is that a fair statement?
That is accurate. No, Flawless. I'm not gonna. You know what? We ain't gonna go back and forth on this one. I ain't gonna challenge you. That is a very accurate statement. It is a very accurate
possibility that even though Arsenal have strengthened with Calafiori, which I do agree with, that City could also be better than they were last season. Ooh. So if Arsenal have strengthened and City are better, which I believe you are with Savio, I believe that he's improved your side. I don't think you've lost anyone, that you're still ahead of him. But I get what you're doing, man. You got to gaslight the Arsenal fans. I get it. I understand.
No. See, I've been accused way too many times. Not just you, but for some reason,
rivals are literally everybody you work with has said it. I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah, they keep saying that I'm gaslighting, but I'm not gaslighting.
I respect. I do the same thing to Arsenal fans. But I sell the Kool-Aid to the ones who want to buy in, whereas you just trying to sell it to all of them.
No.
That's the difference.
I'm not. No, I'm selective with what I speak on and who I speak to. But no, I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm listening. Flawless. I'm listening. And Arsenal fans, listen. I'm also say this. I say it on my show. I'm gonna say it here as well.
Yeah, you say it.
I don't minimize. I don't diss. I don't ignore or downplay Twitter X. My peoples, Arsenal fans, Arteta's revenge, Jeffrey, Hustings. Listen, all of you Arsenal fans, my man Ted Talk. Listen, I listen to what you guys have to say. Meskins, my dude. Listen, my Arsenal dudes. Hugo, I listen to you guys. Barksdale, I listen to all of you guys. And when you guys tell me on what prevented you from winning the league to now what you're doing in the offseason,
they've not addressed it.
No, but I'm just talking back. I'm sharing what I hear.
Yeah.
And so this ain't.
I like that you are sharing what you've heard, because I also share what I hear, whether it's good Arsenal or bad Arsenal. But when we're talking about it, you know, and I know, Arsenal are still short.
Nah, I can't say that they're still short. The reason why
So you believe their attack is good enough to win a Premier League?
They're flawless. This is the thing. This is why we're on the wrong page at times when we're talking about Arsenal.
We ain't on the wrong page. We're on different books, but go on.
Yeah. Fair enough. We're completely one's literature, the other one's math. But the thing that I'm talking about is it wasn't goals. Goals didn't prevent them last year. Goals did not prevent them last year.
But here's the difference. It wasn't the amount of goals they scored, because they scored enough to win the league. They scored 91. They only scored 5 less. Scoring goals at the right time, because when you look back at it, they went on that run where they battered a lot of teams.
Yeah,
and they had 3 or 4 games where they
killed all the minnows. All the tadpoles, everything. They were just.
But when it comes to the 2 Fulham games and the Villa game, that's when you need your guys to step up, and they don't have that.
No,
you wouldn't. All right, I'll kill this dead right now. You wouldn't swap your attack for theirs.
Yeah, but Flawless, I wouldn't swap a damn thing at my club for theirs. There's not one player, one. But
because you think you're better.
But it's also because
you think you're better. Because you think you're better. That's why. That's why you wouldn't swap nothing. Because you think you are better, and you're not wrong. I think your team is better. Okay, I think defensive is close, and that's it. But midfield and attack, you're clear.
Here's what it is. Arsenal fans, you're not going to want to hear this. Cover your ears. Listen. If you want to go player to player, if you want to go ability, if you want to talk footballing ability, physicality, okay, one can say Saliba. You want to say Saliba is better than my center backs, or maybe you want to say Gabriel is better than one of my center backs. You can go and do that. You want to say Rice physicality is better than Rodri physicality. You can do all of that. But the reason why, and you on Spotify, you're not even able to see this, but I'm tapping my forehead right now. I'm acknowledging the mentality. That's the difference. Flawless. They scored all the goals that they needed last year.
They
But
didn't.
you know what?
They
No,
didn't
but
score the goals they
the
needed.
mentality at the time when they needed to go for the throat, when they needed to go for the jugular, that's when it messed up. The same ability, same players, but, and I've
It's
said
not
this
meant
the last 2 seasons, when the pressure is on, when they have to flex the muscle at time to win it, they're gone. They're gone. And this is why it was the mentality that kept them from winning the league. This is why they hated what Rodri had to say.
Yeah, and mentality is also that ties into, because there's I break it up in 3 things for footballers: mental attributes, technical attributes, physical attributes. They are lacking, and within their team, they're lacking within all 3.
Within the
Mainly
team, there,
technical, mainly technical, because we all can see down the spine of their team, they need a central midfielder and they need a striker. But before we continue, I believe it was Saeed who raided. Let me know in the chat. But big up to everyone who's joined over from the raid. There's over 300 people in here right now. Only at 30 likes. Let's get that up to 90 likes, people. Let's get that up.
Get that up.
1, 2, run up the likes. I'm going to put Vader's channel in the title in a second. Vader Games TV. Make sure you subscribe as well. So you think, because we're going to get your prediction at the end of the show. Top 8 for the league as everyone is constructed the 14th of August right now. But so you think Arsenal can stop you? Do you think there's anyone else that's capable of stopping you? City. Because you got Arsenal 1. What you think, Liverpool?
Liverpool?
I'm asking a question. I'm asking.
Yo, I thought you were dropping it. I thought that was a joke. That was a joke.
I'm being serious.
Okay. All right.
I'm being serious.
Liverpool are hilarious. Hilarious club. Historically, yes, they can go back on their past successes. Most recently, all that they can talk about. Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm hearing ridiculous yelling.
Yeah. Do your thing. Before we continue, run up the likes, people. Again, we're only at, hey, mods, get everybody liking, please. We're only at 39 likes. We need to be at 90 because there's over 300 people in there. I believe it was Saeed. Salute to my Don Saeed TV every single time, who did indeed raid on the Manchester United front. Jadon Sancho wants to play for PSG. Manchester United are asking for more than 50 million, but no agreement should be reached this week, as it's not a simple matter at Fabrice Hawkins. This is not a surprise to me. This is not a shock to me in the absolute slightest. Jadon Sancho is only back at Manchester United because of Ineos. If Ineos didn't take over, Jadon Sancho would have already made a loan move elsewhere or would have made a transfer elsewhere. They literally, for those that have siblings or have cousins or whatever, when you was younger and you argue and your mum says, right, you two make up and sort this out. That's what happened with those two. Jadon Sancho doesn't like Eric Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag doesn't like Jadon Sancho. And I have no inside knowledge of this. I'm not an ITK. I don't know any sources close to it. I just seen what happened and how they spoke about each other and then everything that transpired. There's no way Sancho picked up the phone and was like, Ten Hag, let's sort this out. Or Ten Hag picked up the phone and phoned Sancho. So this is why when people were including him in saying, oh, he's going to get game time, including him in scoring 10 goals, he's not going to get, he wouldn't have got 10 Premier League stats. And we already seen it in the Community Shield against Manchester City where he got off the bench. You got here, nigga, that minutes. You know what I'm saying? He got 10 minutes. I think it was 8. But all of a sudden, and again, this is where people don't use logic with these things. So they're going to go from a huge fallout to Jadon Sancho coming back into the fold and starting week in, week out. When we've just signed Xerxes, who plays there. Hoyland's just got the 9. Bruno's the captain and just got a new deal.
Oh, so yeah. I like that.
So see how he likes that. Tells you all you need to know about it, people, but that's our captain. 3 players there. Then the left-hand side, you've got Rashford, who's his guy, and he came out verbatim last season and said, no matter how bad he plays, I'm going to play him there. Then you've got on the left-hand side also Garnacho, who he plays week in, week out. On the right-hand side, Rashford can play there, Garnacho can play there. You've got Anthony, who signed, and you've also got Diallo. Where is Jadon Sancho logically getting game time? Just think about it, people. Who is he getting above? He's at best third choice in Ten Hag's mind in at least in all those positions. Best case scenario, even in the 10, you got Bruno who plays in the 10, and you got Mount who plays in the 10 also. So he's third place there. So where's he getting game time? All of a sudden, people added him to the goal list, and this is me who's a fan of Jadon Sancho. But I said this had tears. This was going to end in tears. But I think that actually, my mom always says this to me. To this day, prevention's better than cure. It's best he gets a move before they fall out again, because that's a recipe for disaster. Now, if we got a new manager, a whole different conversation. So him wanting out, even though I don't know how reliable the source is as Fabrice Hawkins, it makes sense. 100%, it makes sense, without doubt. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it in regards to it. And big up to Sanj, I see you in the chat as well. But yeah, go on. Go on, and bigger months. He's not happy with what you're going to say about Liverpool. He says one was about to spout nonsense. We have the best recent history in the last 5 to 6 years, bar Manchester City. Give it a rest. So where was you going to go? Because you don't see them as a threat. You don't see them as a threat.
Liverpool as a threat. And again, I take nothing away from their history. Tremendous history. I don't even do the only one Prem title in 30 years, 35 years, or whatever it happens to be. I'm not doing all that. I'll say one Prem in the last 5 years. That's how you should be looking at it. They've most recently, other than Manchester City, like Mons mentioned, have won the Prem.
Yeah.
But since they've won it, I think the club's shown their ambition. I think the club's shown why it took them 30 years to have won it. Like, they're not about that. They're not about that. As much as the Liverpool fans want to kind of, and this is funny because this week they shared how they were officially the most viewed club in the world. That's what your club cares about. Making tremendous viewer sales over in Asia, right? Being able to spout about your revenue. What do they do with it? They're happy with this level of success. The recency, 100%. And again, a lot of rivals clown me for how I talk about the Spurs. I say Spurs are a fantastic case. They're a fantastic case study because the fan base has grown, brand new stadium. Yo, large up, Reds. Large up. Yo, they're bums, but they can live off of that because recency, right? So when you have a perfect case study in Spurs being able to grow everything with no success, what do you think the owners of Liverpool are looking at? Oh, we can grow this. We can grow this 2, 3, 4, 5-fold. We recently won one, and we're threatening. You mention it all the time. Luigi's. You know what's amazing for business? Hope. You know what got everybody buying new kits? Hope. Yo, they sell that. They sell it well. And I saw, listen, Mons is clipped up for the season. Mons is clipped up for the season. There's nothing. Yo, that's going to be someone's ringtone. Phone's going to be going off and it's going to be like, listen, he's going to be out there. He's already out there in the streets. So Liverpool, I can't put them as threats. They got a new manager. You got an ownership that are fumbling again. And you got large accounts. Shout out to all the large accounts. I'm not going to mention you by name, but this is why Liverpool can chill.
They sell hope.
Yo, they sell it.
They sell
it well. They sell it well. Large up, Daryl.
Big up, Daryl.
They got nothing. They got nothing that they need to do. Kit sales, cool. Most watched, cool. And again, that stat last season, fraudulent, by the way, because it was Liverpool's last dance. Klopp and that announcement, I'm leaving, that's why you guys skyrocketed. That's why everybody wanted to see these Liverpool games last season.
You mentioned it there. One thing about selling well, what people watch is hope too. People love that too. That's why films are what they are. You know what I'm saying? And TV series and shows and all that type of stuff. People love that. Because Arsenal and Liverpool are two of the best at selling that. Two clubs that the best at selling that. Arsenal do it in a different way as well, to be honest. They might be better than Liverpool at the hope thing. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh. Yo, that's a conversation.
It's definitely
that is a conversation.
Facts.
But there's also I think it's interesting with Arsenal, and I'll stay on Liverpool for a second, but it's interesting with Arsenal because their starvation is longer than Liverpool's right now. Like before Liverpool won it, they were 30 years difficult. But Arsenal, what is it? 21 years now?
2000, yeah,
2004?
Yeah, was it 24? Yeah. It was 04. Yeah, 20 years.
20
years for the league.
20 years.
And then 102 for the Champions League, however it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We don't. I try not to talk Champions League with them.
However long. When did the Champions League start? People inception. That might be a bit much. Maybe 80. You know
that was all flawless. That was all flawless. That wasn't me.
Yeah,
all right. I didn't bring up Champions League. I did not bring up Champions League. But listen, Liverpool fans, they need to make sure that they finish in this top 4. That should be their expectation this season. And the top 4 race, I'm not going to lie to you, the top 4 race is going to be a great entertainment.
Do you think they're going to be in a top 4 race?
Yeah. They have to be. When you have who they want to tell me, again, Flawless, these aren't my words. I'm not using these words. These are not my descriptions. But when they have Mo Salah, they want to tell me the best winger to have played in the Prem. Their words, not mine. Their words. When they have Mo Salah, when they want to tell me that Van Dijk, the best center back, again, Monts's words, his people tell me on how nice Van Dijk is, how nice Mo Salah is, how nice Alisson is, how generational Trent is. And Trent is a fantastic midfielder trying to pose as a right back. But when they tell me about these 4 players in particular, they can't finish any less than top 4. They can't. And top 4 is not a bad word anymore, Flawless. I said this on your show. Top 4 is not a bad word because the competition right now in the Prem is fierce. Everybody's spending money. I mean, they're spending it differently.
Wait, apart from Liverpool. They ain't signed nobody. They signed 0.
They haven't signed anybody, but their salary and their wages is very high. They're spending. They should be in top 4 based on how they're spending and rewarding these players for what? What? A League Cup? What? For whatever they're winning, they are paying them generously. So they need to be top 4. Now, you're going to hate this. Rants, United fans, you're going to hate this. But
go on, it's going to be good. Go on.
Again, I've been listening. And a couple shows ago, I talked about how, it's kind of nice to see everybody so giddy and happy with regards to United.
Of course you are, because you can see the car accident coming a mile off.
No. This is the funny thing. I don't see the car accident. I see you guys kind of cruising through this season. As long as this is maybe something impossible, but as long as your fan base are like, yo, whatever happens is bonus. If you guys are moving through the streets like that, it's calm. Once you guys saying this is what you expect, that's when the car crash is going to happen. So if y'all are talking about winning Europa, chill on that. If y'all are talking about winning a domestic cup, chill on that. But as long as you guys are just cruising and be like, yo, Ten Hag, I don't expect anything from you, but do what you got to do.
That's where I'm at.
That's where you at. But
yeah.
But I heard Saeed.
Oh Lord.
Man's talking top 3. Man's talking top 3. My man, my man Griggs, another American waffle.
Shout out Griggs, man.
Shout out Griggs. He's talking top 4, right? He's talking top 4. And I hear, probably the man, when we want to talk about getting fan bases organized and kind of all on the same hymn sheet, all reading from the same book. We joked about reading from a literature book and reading from a math book. When you want to talk about someone getting everybody, okay, you see what's happening here? Now, Terry over at the Football Terrace.
Shout out Terry.
Terry's excited. Terry's excited for the season. Terry's excited for where Manchester City will finish.
Well, Terry. What did Terry? Where does Terry have Manchester United finishing? Did he say top 3, top 4, top 6? What did he say? Out of interest.
Challenging top 4.
He said challenging top 4.
Now, I don't know.
Top 6. Okay.
So if that's being in the mix of top 6 because it's going to be congested, but finishing top 4 being the ability. But that's now flawless. That is now before the transfer window's closed. That's before games have been played. A couple wins. The battery's in the back.
Oh yeah. And you're gonna be there to egg that on as well.
No, I'm not flawless. You keep doing that. I'm not egging anything on. No,
You are definitely gonna be there.
I'm not egging. No, I'm not egging. I'm not chefing anything up right now. All I'm doing is I'm having the conversation with you with what I'm hearing, and I'm being like, yo, what do you think? But let me say this. If it's not a top 4 finish based off of the signings, can we talk about the signings that I just heard? Because it looks like Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
What? Those of you on Spotify, if you just saw Flawless's face when I mentioned the signings, he looked so disinterested and unimpressed. I'm like, what's happening here? Now, the signings. Ten Hag looks to have the backing of Glazers and Ineos, right? And I'm gonna be quick. I'm not playing that game. Some of you United fans want to talk about Ineos. Now, hey, I ain't forgetting that Glazers are still part of this ownership. So Glazers, Ineos, good and bad. When things are going well, you're not just crediting Ineos. When things are going well, Glazers and Ineos. When things are going bad, Glazers and Ineos. I'm not letting y'all slide like that. So Glazers, smart, took their time with who they were going to bring in with the ownership, right? They vetted everybody, right? They vetted the Qataris and everything. They were like, you know what, Sir Ratcliffe? Yeah, makes sense. Let's partner up. Glazers took their time, smart decision with, Sir Ratcliffe, Ineos, and now the partnership's there. We've seen they brought in Omar Barada, you know what I mean? They made some other changes. All that's nice and calm. These recent transfers, I have to say, for a club or ownership, Glazers and Ineos that took their time on whether they were going to let Ten Hag go or not, they seem to be getting him the ingredients from the same market that he likes to go to. They seem to be revisiting Ajax and, areas of that side of the world that he seems to be very familiar with.
Glazers have nothing to do with the football inside. Ineos have taken over what Sir Alex and Gil used to do. Shout out Sir Alex and Gil. Need to run it back.
So if I hear it correctly, the Glazers have their hands clean.
Yeah, they've relinquished the football inside. Yes.
So if any footballing mishaps, any things that have had the fans being like Glazers out, that all that attention should be directed to Ineos when it comes down to football. So absolutely. I think the Glazers did a master class in terms of, hey, problem ain't me. The problem ain't me. I don't want to be trending. I don't want the Glazer name trending no more after losses or meltdowns from the fan base. You guys direct that to Ineos. Sir Ratcliffe, do your thing. And Rance, I'm with you. Now, they seem to be getting him the tools or the players. And I think the signings make a lot of sense. 25, 26-year-olds. You got the
signings do make sense.
They make tremendous sense. And you know what, Flawless? This is why we work so well, right? When if you guys have seen, if you've seen Enemy at the Gate, if you've seen Enemy at the Gate, that's me and Flawless. 2 snipers, like a mile apart.
Yeah.
Trying to find different locations, trying to make sure our scopes aren't picked up with no reflections because we're trying to take that shot. 2 snipers. Now, you kept telling me United. Where are the goals coming from? Yeah. Where are the goals coming from? And Flawless, I said, you're looking at it the wrong way. Because, you look at the goal differential, but there's 2 ways on how you can improve in terms of your standings. If you can keep teams from scoring against you, you kind of done half the job. And what have we seen in this day and age? Hey, be defensively sound. Be defensively. Go. Yep. Because when Flawless wants to cut me off, he doesn't want me to get that momentum. I was having that momentum. Now, these 2 sides.
Yo, this is tremendous. This is like, I feel like this is a mirror match, man. This is crazy. Go on, carry on.
These two signings in particular improve you defensively, and they improve you defensively even after the fact. Shout out to Ineos, like Rance just mentioned, all footballing decisions.
Yeah.
When you get the unexpected, unfortunate, I don't wish injury on anybody. But with that young signing on Euro getting hurt, you had to adapt. You had to fix things up because you don't want to go into a season when you're going to consistently have to rely on Maguire. So with what you've done with your two signings, and I'll let you speak on it.
Yeah.
You can see how the club's like, you know what? We're not going to make those late mistakes like we did before. We're not going to shoot ourselves in the foot defensively. Yeah, we may have struggled to score goals, but we're not going to have another season where we surrender 20 shots or
shots.
Yeah, whatever those mad stats were. We're not doing that again. So I think the goals aren't really something you need to be stressing about. I think you're going to be preventing. You're not going to allow a sniff really for Onana to maybe have to make some off the line saves. You're not going to make Onana have to worry about cutbacks, which was a big problem defensively. I think the club, Ineos, footballing decisions make a lot of sense right now with those two signings. Speak on those two signings for me.
No, yeah. So with the two signings, I agree with you. Do they improve us from an individual standpoint? Yes. Do they improve us from a defensive standpoint? Also, yes. But we are much more short. My major issues with the team, whether it's defensive or offensive, is not the individuals themselves. It's the manager. I've said this time and time and time again. Do we improve with better individual players there? Yes. Common sense tells you that. However, we still have the same midfield. We still have the same manager who's still going to employ the same tactics, which is going to get us cut apart. Because here's the crazy part is, last season, you know who had the fourth best defensive record in the league last season? Everton. Did Everton have the fourth best set of defenders in the league? No. Do they have top 10? Probably not from an individual standpoint. But you know what Sean Dyche has done? Set them up in a structure that allows them not to get carved apart. Of course, if you're going for league titles, Champions League, not only do you need a structure, you need defenders to have individual qualities. However, we're sat here talking about Manchester United competing for top 4, going to win a Europa League, not win a Champions League and a Premier League, top 4, and win a Europa League and FA Cups and League Cups. And how I know the manager can do these things is because he did it in the first season with the defenders we deem not good enough. Martinez was there, Varane was there, cool, but Dalot played, Shaw played, Wan-Bissaka played, Malacia Malacia would have played parts as well. The midfield was Casemiro and Eriksen, etc., etc. So all of them issues that, the majority of those players, bar Wan-Bissaka, are all still here. So what are we talking about in regards? So again, yes, do I trust us to be defensively better? Yes. Do I trust us to be defensively better to the point you're talking? No, because if you can finish top 4 in two ways, and people have made this point, you can either be defensively sound, which we was in the first season, and not concede many goals, or you can score your way. Do I believe we are defensively sound enough to go finish top 4? No. Do I believe we're offensively good enough? No.
No, well, no. I got to stop you. There because you said the key words.
Go on.
You said the key words. Talk about that first season.
Yeah.
You like to just sweep away the first season. Why are you just sweeping away the first season like that?
Because because you know why I swept away the first season? Because he undone all that work in the second season.
But the second season, I think, was a little bit of an anomaly because first season he didn't have to worry about Champions League. He did in the second season. And there's that expectation, Manchester United, the history, what you've done in the past, that may have been overwhelming to him, in addition to the responsibility they had. Now, shout out to Ineos.
So he was overwhelmed by being in the Premier League and Champions League, is what you just stated there. You're not caught out on Manchester United Football Club then.
No. And the managerial responsibilities, because he did have player personnel and all that.
But he's been alleviated of that. Now he has
exactly.
Van Nistelrooy and next to him either side.
Yes. Ruud is there now, which I think will help you actually offensively, because you would say Ruud was probably one of your best goal scorers while at the club as a player, right? Very well respected. Legend. Now you have him talking to the likes of Højlund, talking to the like of who's the other striker that you have?
Xerxes.
You rate Xerxes actually higher than Højlund. So you got
basically so you trust this team to be defensively sound enough, like in its first season, to concede very smart.
Yes.
Okay, so you think we're going to revert back to how we played in the first season?
I think you're going to get closer to what you did in the first season. I think
so. We're going back to playing defensive and being counter-attacking.
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, but then that goes against everything that any of us have said, where we're going to play a possession-based style, and that's why Ruud's been brought in, for us to get on the ball and dominate. So you think it's going to be the opposite?
I think. What did you think of the preseason game?
And what's the preseason?
Sorry, the Community Shield. You didn't watch.
Oh, we play well in that. Yeah, we play well. Yeah, I
Okay,
watched that game.
so
We play well in that game.
I wouldn't say that you were like, well, no one's ever possession dominant versus Manchester City.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think when you have talent that's slightly better than you, you'll see more of that style of play that you saw in the Community Shield. So the Liverpools, the Arsenals, we'll see what Spurs are like this season. You know what I mean? But I think when you look at it, we'll also see what Chelsea do, because who's to know what they do.
Okay, so you're saying so you agree with me that Manchester United's attack is not going to be good enough for Manchester United to go and get top 4. We're going to be defensively sound enough for us to get top 4.
Yeah,
that's where you're at.
Okay. I think
at least we finally established that our attack is no good, so we're there. So that I'm glad we've cleared that up. So that's good.
Not good to how you describe. But did you say your attack wasn't good year 1?
Yes, because our attack was rubbish year 1. We scored 58 league goals. It's a woeful attack.
Okay.
We scored 58 league goals, and Rashford got 7. Wait. And Rashford got wait. Let me land here. We scored 58 league goals, and Rashford got 17 of them.
Yeah, he had a mad season.
So no. So what that means is the team combined, the team who finished 3rd, all of them combined, only just about averaged above a goal a game.
Yeah.
To answer your question, no, it never happens to a good team. No, it doesn't. Never a good team that happens to.
Okay, let's throw the good team label away. Let's throw that away. All right, let's throw away that.
Okay.
The United that you want, I don't think it happens this year, but I do think it's a top 4 finishing team because, again, the footballing decisions make a lot of sense. Strip away some responsibility from Ten Hag that had him a little scatterbrained,
which according to some, they have done that. I don't believe it's as much as people have said, because I've seen the front 4 we put out against you and I laughed my ass off when people said that we've changed. That's a 10 front 4.
That front 4 is pretty effective though. No, but it's pretty effective though.
No, it wasn't.
What didn't you like about that top 4? Rashford had 2, possibly 3.
And he missed. Did Rashford play well, Veo?
No.
Did Bruno Fernandes play well? I actually think he did. Did Mason Mount play well? No.
Did I didn't even know
play well? Yes. So 2 out of the front 4 played well. So no, that's not.
Yeah, Bruno played well.
I said Bruno. He's 2 out of the front 4. He's 2 out of the front 4.
I think you're being a little.
Is that a front 4 you would not want to see a front 4 of that at your club? Why would I want to see it at mine?
Stop doing that. No, of course I don't want to see that at my club.
You would never want to see it at your club in any way, shape, or form.
Maybe 4 years ago, I would have liked.
No, you would have never accepted that.
4 years ago.
No. Not just single players. That is a front 4. Let's not do that. We're not picking out individuals. We had Mount in the 10 and Bruno was the false 9. Stop it. That's a Ten Hag front 4, and that's what's going to start against Fulham. And this is the attack people are telling me to get behind.
But Flawless, this is where you got to give credit.
No, Garnacho, sorry, he's going to start into the Diallo. All right.
You got to give credit to Ten Hag, because I think previous seasons he would actually had Mount further forward and Bruno in that 10, right?
Hey, here's the thing: it's trash either way.
No, I know
Bruno in your 10 or Mount in your 9 by themselves is a bad thing. We combine the 2.
But Bruno and Mount, the things that he's changing, even the fact that we saw Garnacho on that right-hand side where he would have swapped out Rashford and put Garnacho on that left, and they were like the Ten Hag he's showing a little flexibility, he's showing some adaptability. I think the improvements, and again, why many United fans are kind of giddy. Why many United
people
fans
like you and also
no,
that thing.
It has nothing to do with me.
No, because you're adding on to it. Also, what people you mentioned it earlier on in the show. Hope. That's what's being sold. Hope. It's hope. You've admitted already during this conversation, even when we've had a debate over the past couple of weeks about the attack, you yourself have said, the defense is what's going to get you lot top 4.
Yeah.
Because our attack is terrible, which we are both in agreement with. So so we added in Delit, we added in Mazraoui, we still have the same midfield issues. Now, if we sign midfielders, whole different conversation. If we add midfielders to this, whole different conversation. My biggest criticism of this is we kept the same manager and it's the same players. Why is it going to change so much? Now, if you keep the manager and you add quality, whole different conversation. We signed 2 midfielders and we sign a striker, because I get to the Tony information. If Sancho leaves and we sign a left winger, whole different tone. Whole different tone.
Okay.
If we go add quality, I'm saying if we go get a better version of Rashford and we go get Tony and then we bring in a Fofana and we bring in a Berg. Oh, I'm talking different. That's a whole different thing. Different. You getting a whole different conversation from me. Because the thing is what's crazy is even without those additions, do I believe the side is good enough to go get top 4? Yes. Now, do I believe the side is good enough to go get top 4 with this manager? No. And that's where my issue lies. Hear what I said there? The team as currently constructed right now, Vader, I think is good enough to get top 4.
Okay.
As constructed. However, with this manager, do I believe it's good enough to get top 4? No, because he won't play the right players. He won't set up the right, but according to some, many people have told me Ten Hag's just a figurehead. He's not doing the tactics. He's the line that's being dictated to him. He's not doing the coaching. And then I watch Manchester City game and it looks very much like this is what I've been told. Same way you saying you hear stuff, I hear stuff as well. This is what I've been told. He's basically just a figurehead. This is what people have said to me. I don't agree with it either. I think it's all nonsense. Same way us getting rid of Varane was financial reasons. Nonsense. Because then we gave a new deal to big bumper deal to Bruno Fernandes. But a whole different conversation we're not going to get into. But the point I'm making is my main issue with the team is manager. Okay. That's my main issue. As much as, because I don't think you have to be great to finish top 4. Don't have to be great. Don't have to be great.
No.
You just have to be, I think you just have to be competent and functional, and we have enough players who are competent and functional. Where if we played a certain way, as bad as we were last season, we were 8 points off top 4. We lost 14 league games. If we would have lost 11, which is terrible by the way, we would have been in top 4.
But that's how close it is. And that's why when you break it down, it's simple. When you're going through, you're doing the simple math. Going from 14 losses to 11, already top 4. Now, when you got the likes of, and I mentioned some of those other United fans that are like, top 4 is happening. They're doing that. They're doing the calculation. Let's reduce a couple of these losses.
But here's the thing is, Villa who finished. Here's the thing is though, Villa who finished 4th. Let's say they have a better second half to the season. Spurs, let's say Anja Daps, and they're better. They've added Archie, they've added Solanke. I think they're too good. From what I hear about Archie, good sign, and I think Solanke fits. Chelsea, I think, are much better right now. So that's 3 teams who finished in front of us, who I think are better, who are currently constructed better than us, have better managers than us, better than systems. Keep saying this. People think we're going to finish top 4. We're not better than these sides.
No, I hear it. But the advantage that United have in the sense is you got a third-year manager. You got a third-year manager where year 1 did his thing. Year 2 slipped up, fell back a little bit. Terrible. Riding that ship, being trusted by Ineos, nothing to do with Glazers, being trusted by Ineos to be like, yo, third year, go. Stripping this away from you. Just focus on the tactics. Give these players the instructions.
I don't want him giving any instruction because
I know you don't want. Plus, I know you don't want. But the United fans that are like, okay, strip away some of the responsibilities. Year 3, corrections from year 2, not Champions League, Europa. Things are a little more easier to manage. Is there pressure to have to go and win one of those domestic cup trophies? I'd say not. I don't think you guys need to go and repeat winning the League Cup or repeat winning the FA Cup if it meant winning Europa or finishing top 4. So when you have all of that, and again, you said the transfer window is not closed just yet.
But again, I can only talk from how we're currently constructed.
Absolutely.
12:30 a.m. UK time, people. Well, 12:33 a.m. UK time to be exact. So I can only talk about that because people have said, "Oh, well, if we do this, this, and that, or we add players." Well, of course, if we add quality,
I'm with you.
I've said this consistently. My main issue is it's the same manager with the same players. Why am I getting different results and vastly different? People are talking about us going from scoring 58 goals to 88 goals.
Yeah,
going from 58 goals to 75 goals. Same way if I sat here and said this, okay, Manchester City scored 96 goals last season. This coming season, you're going to score 66. You and everyone else would look at me like I'm crazy. But it's the equivalent. Why would that drop-off happen with the same manager and the same players for City? Even if you don't get 96, let's say you score 90. Why all of a sudden are you going to score 25 to 30 goals less? Why are Manchester United with the same team, adding Xerxes, by the way, is going to score 30, 35 goals more? People talking about we going to get 75. I know you're not. I'm saying other people said it. Shout out to Leon. He said that. Yeah, 75 goals.
Yeah, that's not even necessary. But you mentioned it a little earlier. When you talk about Spurs, Chelsea, Aston Villa, United. I'd even put Liverpool in terms of that mix. When you talk about 4 to 7, that's a fight. And it's more so what happens, I think, head to head, than it does with regards to the rest of the league. So you should be expected to beat Ipswich, right? Ipswich. You should be expected to beat Wolves.
Why?
Games like that.
I don't get that. See, that's where it's too far. Against Wolves, we struggled against them opening day last season. Yeah, we won the game, but we struggled heavily. I can't remember the away game. Mano scored late. We were 3-1 up, 3-0 up, and then equalized. No, I don't get it. Again, people thinking we are better than we are. Why are we just going to roll over Wolves?
I'm not saying roll over. I'm not saying
okay. Why are we
even if you even the ugly game. And I said this. Your games are going to be ugly. Oh, yeah, your games are going to be 0-0 stinkers at half. Everybody's losing their mind, critiquing the players and the manager. And then you guys are going to, because again, you had many jammy late winners. I think that happens again with a lot less jammy surrendering goals, which happened. Shout out to Wabasaka. You guys sent them out. I can probably count on one hand the amount of times that he surrendered a penalty in the dying minutes of the game or a reckless tackle that cost a free kick in a dangerous, threatening area. He's shipped out. See ya. Now, I think all those things minimize mistakes is why it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a battle. It's not going to be easy, but I understand why.
We're going to get to, what, Scrappy will get there now. What's your top 8 as everybody currently constructed?
Top 8
as of now. As of now, 14th of August. Yeah, so we can revisit this once the window shut, because this is what I've been doing with everyone. So as of now, 14th of August, 2024, 12:36 a.m. UK time, people. Veta, what's your top 8? And what adding for Manchester United, as in adding because they're here, Mazurari and Delit.
Ooh, that's good. Okay. Start top bottom, or
you can start at 8 if you want, or first you want to start 8th, start 8th. Up to you. And we'll revisit.
Let me
you want to start first?
Let me work top down.
Go on then. Floor's yours.
All right. So if we talk top down. Would it be wrong?
Actually, I'll give you a second while you do that, while you act like who's finishing first place is difficult, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. To nephew, who says, I'll give you a couple minutes because I got a couple questions to get to for your top 8. See, you can get your lives in order, but run up the likes, make sure you subscribe to Beta Games TV. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe they could do something and get close. All right. But yes, run up the likes first and foremost, because there's still over 250 of you lot in there, only at 66 likes. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Subscribe to Veta's channel. Links in the title. Veta Games TV right there. Big up my nephew says, I'm tired and season starts Friday. I'm tired already. I'm tired and the season ain't even started. What would be my 11 for Friday? Onana, Mazurari right back, Dalot left back, Martinez, Delit as the centre backs. Have to be Casemiro, Mano, Bruno, Diallo, Rashford, Sancho. That would be my 11. That's and that's not even an ideal 11. That's just the best that we have. That's how bare our midfield options are and how bad our left wing options are. That I'm saying Rashford. But hey, we move. Yeah, Flawless. What's your ideal lineup Friday? Yeah, I just said that as well. And to Fatso, who says Flawless United are way better than Villa. It's just that Villa have a better manager. So Villa are better than us then. You're proving my point. Even though I disagree that United are way better than Villa, let's say hypothetically we are, even though I disagree, they have a better manager who makes the difference. So that's why Villa will finish in front of us, because Emery is a has key impact in that. Same way when you look at Arsenal and Manchester City in a title race. You know what I think the biggest difference between them two clubs is? The dugout. That's the biggest difference. I think that's the main reason. That's the major factor as to why Arsenal won't win the league. If you put a bad boy manager at Arsenal, even with Havertz in the 9, even with a midfielder, even with the lack of a midfielder, they might be able to get over the line. But the manager would be the difference. Give Carlo Ancelotti that squad. Give Prime Jose Mourinho or Sir Alex that squad. Whole different conversation, because there's levels to this. So what are we talking about here?
Okay.
Oh, what are we doing here? But big up to you, Fatso, every single time, man. Large up every single time. But yeah, you ready? You got your lies in check, yeah?
I don't like how you position that, but
Yeah, because
yeah,
I know
I
you
got.
well enough to know. So you start in first place or eighth place?
You know what? I'm going to start with first place. The reason why,
Okay.
again, on Spotify, y'all missing out. You're missing
Facts.
out. I changed the background. I had to change the background because for the last 4 years now, I've been sitting on the throne. I've been sitting on the throne right now, and as I think and I look at the upcoming season, and if you missed this on my show, please subscribe. But I talked about how this five-peat, this attempt at the five-peat, is going to be the most difficult thing ever for any club to retain their title defense. There's a lot of things with regards to players, a lot of things with regards to the league, 115, all of that stuff. But a five-peat, unprecedented, and I know the target is on our back. But the throne is with Manchester City right now, and I'm sitting on it. And I gotta back my team. The transfer window's not over yet. I recognize that. I've only added Savio, and Savio's an incredible talent, but we've got to see how he gels. We got the I wouldn't say the ascendancy of Oscar Bob, but many more people are noticing it. And once a young player is looking nice, Chelsea come in the mix. They were actually looking to get Oscar Bob, but I think we've got enough to do it again because of this. Those of you on Spotify, I'm tapping my mentality.
So you got City number one. Who's second?
City's number one. You know how you joked about Liverpool being the best Luigi's?
Yeah.
I mean, they only finished second twice to City.
And that's why they're super saying Luigi, because the way they finished second was just spectacular fashion. It was brilliant. 97 points and 98 points. Oh, it was brilliant. We'll never see better runners up.
We'll never see that closeness in terms of finishing second, but I think Arsenal are going to surpass them and come second for a third time.
So Arsenal second, who you got third?
This one's a little wild, and I know
what you're gonna say. I already know what you're gonna say. Go on, say it. This is gonna be good. Go on.
This one's a little wild because of what I'm seeing recently in the transfer window, and I'm free to change my mind moving forward. But the talks, the experience that I tune in. Shout out to everyone on your channel with regards to United fans. I tune in, I drop a like, and maybe not always a comment, but I tune in all the time. As of now, I think I have to put United third.
I knew you. I know you well enough. I knew you was going to say United third. I knew it.
But I'm saying that based off of information that I'm collecting from United fans that know their club better than me.
You got United third. Who you got fourth?
I got Liverpool fourth.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Who's fifth?
Fifth. They had an amazing. Wait, what are you doing?
I just knew you was gonna say United third, yo. I just knew it.
No, I have the right to change my mind, but
you can come the end of the window. That's why I said specifically 14th of August 2024, as everybody is constructed right now as of 12:43 a.m. UK time. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So you've got fourth Liverpool. Who you got fifth?
Fifth. It's gonna look like an extreme jump or resurgence, but you can't spend the way you've been spending the last few years. You can't invest in manager after manager the way you have the last few years. And I think London, or the pride of London, get back into the top five. I think Chelsea do it. As I see it right now, they've shown that transfer window intent. Hey, I wish Calvin Phillips. Shout out to Calvin Phillips. He's tried his best over at Manchester City. Pep's been messing around, putting him in at center back in some preseason games.
It might work for him still.
It might work. I just wish he was like 20 years old, 2019, because Chelsea would throw down a bid for him. I wish that was a possibility. But if we keep Calvin, he's probably going to be at center back, give us some coverage. Chelsea's fifth.
Okay, who you got 6?
It's going to be a fall off from, or no, actually, yeah, it's going to be a drop off. But I got Spurs.
Okay, who you got 7th?
And again, based off of ranking, the point difference is going to be really tight. I got Aston Villa.
7th.
I think Champions League messes with them a little bit. That's 7th, and then 8th. My Newcastle people are going to hate me for this one, but I got them 8th because I think there's Liverpool are embarrassed, pants down. Zubamendi, we didn't even talk about, but they have to get a signing, and the rumors about Gordon have been pretty consistent. They could probably save face by splashing some of that Caicedo money that they didn't spend some of this Zubamendi money that they didn't spend.
They got a lot of money to spend still.
They got a lot of money. I think crippling or weakening Newcastle has them drop.
All right, so you've got City 1st, Arsenal 2nd, Manchester United 3rd, Liverpool 4th, Chelsea 5th, Spurs 6th, Villa 7th, Newcastle 8th.
Yeah.
All right, first.
As of
Yeah,
right now.
nephew. Everyone has that's been a common theme. Everyone I've spoke to pretty much. My nephew is a Villa fan, obviously me as well, and a couple others who have reckon Villa still going to finish high. Villa have been outside their top 6. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah. I hope I'm wrong because I do like Unai Emery, and what he did last season, he made life difficult for Arsenal as well as City when we played against them. Well, I mean, the majority of the league, he had a fantastic run, and I would like to see that success again. I would actually rather be wrong. I would like it to be. I don't want to say United top 3. You think I want to say that, Flawless?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do think you want to say that. Yes.
Yes.
Why? You want to say that?
Why do I want to say that? Why do I want to?
Because you know that United, you are smart enough to know United are not finishing in the top 3.
But if I know they're not going to,
I can't believe it. Yeah, because you're selling the Kool-Aid, man. You're selling the dream. You're selling the hope. Oh well, Vader's a City fan, and he thinks that United can finish top 3, so maybe he can. Because his United fans, a lot more United fans agree with you than agree with me. Because I got a 7th, and you have a 3rd.
7th.
Yeah, 7th. Yes.
You think you can finish 7th and win a cup?
Yeah, we could win a domestic cup, absolutely, because he's shown that previously. We finished 8th with a minus goal difference in our worst ever campaign and won the FA Cup. So could we win a domestic cup? Yeah, of course we can. But capable. This manager and this team have shown that.
You're shooting for Europa though. You're shooting for
we forget about Europa. We ain't winning Europa League. No. We ain't winning Europa League with this
manager.
Oh my
gosh.
Forget about that.
No. Okay. Why
because you're coming up against more. Winning Europa League is much tougher than a FA Cup or a League Cup.
Agreed.
Any Europe, so that's where it stems from. You're coming up against tactically very astute sides, and here the thing is, it's not FA Cup and League Cup is 1-rounders. 2 and Europa League, I think once it gets to the knockout round is 2-legged. Same way, for instance, if the FA Cup was over 2 legs and we beat City, no. Can we beat you in a 1-F game? Yes, we can.
I got to go back and see who's still in Europa because you guys should be expected to win it.
Again, I don't know why.
I'm going to work on my United. I'm going to work on my accent.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it stems from. That's where it is. You see the badge underneath me on the screen. That people think that's you put that on something and it makes you a super soldier. It's the super soldier serum. That's what it is. But I'm here to tell people, no, it don't work like that. We're not winning the Europa League with this manager. No, absolutely not. Where in the new format, I believe once you get to the knockout round, it's 2-legged. So in one-off games in the FA Cup and League Cup, can you win? Yes. Same way are we beating Manchester City over 2 legs? No. Can we beat you in a one-off game? Yes.
Okay.
As we shown.
So you keep talking about this manager. You don't think your man Rude is going to be a good partnership to help assist with?
I don't think no. We literally watched Ten Hag make 2 fuck-ups. Who played Euro? And he's injured for 3 months. After Euro not training for the day before and being 50% fit, the manager. Who put up the front 4 of Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, and in a false 9 and a 10. This manager. Rashford on the left. Haram is horrific. And he's going to play Garnacho. That's going to be our quartet. It's terrible. It's awful.
How are you doing that? You took my club to penalties.
Who was missing for you, look?
You're going to do that? Damn.
No.
Nah, Saved by the Bell. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, do your thing, man. No stress. That being said, people, again, we're not even at 100 likes, and there's over 260 of you lot in here. Get us up to 100 likes. Better be subscribing to Vader's channel as well. Again, the link's in the title. Click the link, open up a new tab. We're here every Tuesday, 11:30 p.m. UK time. Man Them United podcast meets the Man Them City podcast. You can see the title right there above us, people. You can see that right there, but subscribe to Vader's channel and subscribe here to Sarcasm City TV because it is rolled to 13,000 subscribers, people. Yes, 100 likes ASAP. Well, yes, three of our front four was Bruno, Mount, Rashford. Yeah, pretty much so. Oh, we took them to penalties. All right, but they had no Stones, no Diaz, no Walker, no Rodri, no De Bruyne, no Foden. Savio didn't start. No Grealish. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but sure. But you see how Veta tries it. Yes, Den's big up every single time as well. Let me see if I missed any questions in regards to Manchester United. I love this, Abdullah. Manchester United could present a loan with an obligation offer to buy Ivan Toney late in the window. I hope so. I said that this is the signing that makes me change my mind. If we sell Sancho for money, get a winger, get Toney on loan, and then get two midfielders, I'm talking different. I'm talking completely different if we're able to do that. Because not only is it the spine of the team, you can improve both defensively and offensively with those four signings. If you get a left winger, Toney, and two midfielders, am I in dreamland? Yes. Is that going to happen? Highly unlikely. But if we get those four, then I go, okay, we have enough individual quality to bypass the weaknesses of the manager. Because we don't have enough individual quality to bypass the weaknesses of the manager. And then the players don't have the and then the manager doesn't have the qualities to bypass the individual weaknesses of the players. That's what I say. I won't go as far as to say Toney and a guy put us in top three, but he put us in a better stead. Madison, I ain't saying top three. Do I see Manchester United finishing ahead of Newcastle? Yes, but it'll be close, like it was last season. I think was it goal difference or a point? I think it'll be close. Like it's put it this way: if someone says, "Oh, United will finish 8th again and Newcastle 7th," I'm not really arguing you down. It's going to be close. It was 8 points between 8th and 4th. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. It was 8 points between 5 teams. And bear in mind, Nephew mentioned it already. Villa were the back end of the second half of the season weren't good. Spurs second half of the season weren't good. Newcastle were defensively horrendous. Chelsea were mid-table for the vast majority of the season. And Manchester United were Manchester United. So I don't see all those things happening again. So even if we improve, let's say 2 or 3 of those teams, let's say 2 of those teams I mentioned out, those 4 improve. But we're jumping from 8th to 3rd, like Vaya said, or 8th to 4th, or 8th to 5th. All right. Okay. Bet. All right. Flawless, from the first 5 games, how many games do you think you would win? You want my honest opinion or you want me to lie? That's what I would say. You want my honest opinion or do you want me to lie? Hold up. Let's see this. Hold up. So, Fulham at home, Brighton away, Liverpool at home, Southampton away, Palace away. 2. Brighton's a different Brighton, but we know we won there. It was late. Beat Fulham, yeah. Brighton, gonna be tough. Liverpool at home, gonna be tough. Southampton away, I reckon we could do that. Palace away will be tough. 2, max 3. Max. Well, if someone said 1 from 5, I'd hit him. I don't understand where all this faith and hope comes from within this team. Really don't get it. But hey, that's just me. Of course, Toney would make an instant impact. I agree with that, Common Sensei. 100%. Without doubt, I think he would make a heavy impact. But it has to be him. We are dying on that left wing. Dying. See, Sancho's on his way out. Rashford ain't good enough. Garnacho, and none of those 2 are good enough to be starting. Who else you got? Yeah, I'm going to contact everyone, Nephew, and see if everyone's about for clubs after this. I'll contact everyone. Thoughts on the Shaw news. Luke Shaw going to be Luke Shaw injured. I'm saying, water is wet. The sky is blue. You walk into McDonald's, they're selling Big Macs. Just another day that ends in Y. I think United beat Fulham 2-1 on Friday, though. I said that. I think United, that's my scoreline prediction. I just don't think it'll be very similar to the Wolves game last season. But hey, we move. You underestimate how shit everyone else can be flawless. I mean, look how many Hail Marys we pull off every season despite playing shy. I just pointed this out, though, to United G. Teams weren't good last season in front of us. Aston Villa had a terrible second half to the season. Spurs had a terrible second half to the season. Chelsea were mid-table for the vast majority of the season. Newcastle were defensively awful last season. They were the 4 teams who finished in front of us. Vea, why are you shaking your head? Were any of those statements incorrect?
No, it's not about them being incorrect.
Okay, so I was spot on. So it was facts. Okay, just to clarify, it was factual.
Yeah, but that's last season facts. Like things.
No. I'm pointing it out to
Hmm.
this because he's saying you underestimate how shit everyone else can be. How much?
Yeah.
So did they have to be shit for? So Villa have to be shit for the whole season. Spurs have to be shit for the whole season. Chelsea have to be mid-table for the whole season. Newcastle have to not score as many goals as they did last season. What's the likelihood of those 4 things happening? I deal with logic and possibilities.
No. Yeah, you do deal with logic and possibilities,
Yes.
but the same way that United G wants to point out, all those things that these individual teams do amongst each other is why that 3rd to 7th is going to be a fight. So I actually think the point difference is going to be really close. You mentioned it. 2-3 wins. Yeah, 2-3 wins would be a huge difference between 4th, 5th, and 6th, right? So I think the fight's real.
And you can't see it happening again. I'm not gonna lie, I can see it happen again. It's happened for 2 seasons running. No, I can see Manchester United being like Manchester United. Yes. We'll probably score a few more goals, concede maybe a little bit less, but I think we'll be around the same position. We finished 8th last season. I've got 7th this season. It's not a low expectation. It's what I believe. Me and you have agreed already that our attack is shit. So we're relying solely on our defense. And our manager proved last season that defensively he can't set up well. This is why we conceded 20 plus shots every single game. This is why we was only in Europe till December. And out of the 96 teams in Europe, we were 95th on shots faced. But this is now the same guy who's defensively going to shut up shop and have us concede 45 goals in the league season. All right, sure. Because we got Mazarari and Dalit. Bet. All right, bet.
I think the signings are incredible. We'll see what else you do in the midfield.
Incredible.
Attack. Incredible considering. It's incredible considering you don't listen. You got quality signings, and again, we kind of joke about
this. We did get good signings. I think
very good signings. We're not playing in Champions League as well, right?
We're in Europa League.
Yeah, but you're United. Like this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Name only.
But they came to your club with aspirations to get you back to Champions League, and the quality that you got. I got
aspirations to get with Margot Robbie. What does that mean?
It means you set your.
What does that mean exactly? Man, just saying anything. You got aspirations to be a champ. I got aspirations to hit up Margot Robbie. What we doing here?
Hey,
I still ain't followed her and DM'd her yet. What does that mean? But I have aspirations to do it.
Yeah. You gotta set the game up right. But these players coming to your club without Champions League, I think it speaks a lot, especially when we talk about some other clubs that
because we actually two things. One, we have pull, and 2, these are players who want away from clubs.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Now that we did this,
I said I got aspirations for Tyler. Yeah, man, we all got aspirations. You know what I'm saying? That's all well and good. Aspirations is great. Do you have the quality and the skill set or the assets to do whatever needs to be done?
You know what? All you need is the mentality to do.
Yeah. Do you have the No. You also need the skill set.
Well, you can develop skill set, but you have to have the mentality to want to go and develop.
Some people can't. You know what I'm saying?
What?
No, you can't, because some people try to draw gear like this.
By the way, can I just say the 2 girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
I big up the panel. I told as for just to have to play that clip in a minute either, but yeah, just to clarify, he had aspirations. He thought I think that 16 out of 10 line was gonna slap. You know what I'm saying? Ryan was ready. He had that in the chase.
Ryan just needed to refine the approach needed refining.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? And I mean, I you know what would have been great is I wish I knew what time of night it was. You know what I mean? I wish I knew what time of night it was because I'm sure he was in like that late midnight vibe and thought, you know what? I'm feeling something right now. Let me throw this out there.
Yeah.
If I were to now ask you, Flawless, because
Go on.
you've asked the
Sorry,
question.
I've not watched that clip in a minute. Sorry, go on. The chat loving it. Go on,
Yo,
go
it's
on.
crazy. The crickets are wild. I
Yeah.
think you obviously have United at 7th.
Yes.
So how congested do you see 4, 5, 6, 7?
I think it will be more than last season because I'm not expecting Villa, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle to all have the drop-offs and the inadequacies they did last season.
Okay.
So that's where it is. I'm not expecting Villa to have such a bad second half of the season. I'm not expecting Spurs to have such a bad second half of the season. Also, with Emery's second season, I'm expecting him to do better. With Ange, not only have Spurs added quality, I'm expecting him with his second season to be better with quality.
Yeah.
Chelsea, I've got Chelsea in my top 4. That's how much I think they've improved just with the amount of goals.
Okay.
Because they scored 77. They've added Nkunku, who didn't play all last season. They've added Neto, potentially João Felix, and potentially Osimhen. Even if let's say Enzo Maresca is terrible,
yeah,
they're still gonna score probably a plus 80 goals because they scored 77 with Poch, who was horrendous. So let's say he's even average, they probably scoring 85 goals, 86 goals. Now they'll concede a lot, and that's why they won't finish top 3 or compete for the league. But I'm looking at it logically. They scored 77 and you've added Nkunku, who will play, Neto, who will play even though he'll probably get injured at some point. João Felix, even though I have my reservations, is still a good player. And Osimhen.
Yeah.
So how many goals with those players being added to a 77 goal team and then adding Lavia as well into that? How many are they scoring?
Is Osimhen confirmed or is that still
confirmed? I'm just using hypothetically. But even
what?
Even for argument's sake, let's take Osimhen out. Let's take Felix out. Just Lavia, Nkunku, and Neto.
I hear it.
That's an 85 plus goal team. If you score 85 plus goals, your defense has to be horrendous for you to not get
If you notice, the reason why I had Chelsea up there is just from a mentality standpoint. They can't be embarrassed the way they have. They can't continue to spend the way they have and be out of the mix like that. So I think they bounce back. Now, if I were to guess, as reluctant as you want, or as you are, you don't want. You're saying City's one, but you don't want that.
Absolutely not.
So
I'd rather say you 20th, Arsenal 19th, Liverpool 18th. But here we are.
Here we go.
Here we are. Unfortunately,
City,
that's what I want.
Am I guessing City, Arsenal, Liverpool? Is that your 3?
What in regard? You asking me my top 8
prediction? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's City, Arsenal 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, Chelsea 4th, Villa 5th, Spurs 6th, Manchester United 7th, Newcastle 8th.
Okay.
That's my top 8.
Okay.
Now, do I believe it will be congested in there? Yeah, but do I believe it will be the points will be more? Yes, I think we'll be double figures away from top 4.
Ooh.
Because I think whoever it is, I think Chelsea are going. Like I say, Chelsea gonna score their way to that. Chelsea gonna score. As bad as that, they have their defensive issues. Maresca is the big question mark. But they finished 6th with Poch, and they were mid-table for the vast majority of the season.
Okay.
So you have power.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
That's how I'm looking at it. When we're talking top 4s and top, you don't have to be great to finish in the top 4. That's why I don't hail it up as anything. You don't have to be great.
Flawless. The thing is, Liverpool have no signing, and I know this is as of now. If this transfer window closes, and they have no signings, I do expect them to. They have to go out. Like they're gonna have. There's gonna be pardon the expression, but there's gonna be madness in the streets if Liverpool don't have a signing. But these clubs like Liverpool, can they finish out of the top 4 more than once? Can Liverpool not? So again, their poor finish last season.
Mm-hmm.
can they go into a season not investing, expecting to have a better performance?
No, I think they need to invest if they have any. If they have any, what's the word I'm looking for? Intent to finish higher up the table.
Yeah,
because their squad is not that far away.
Yeah.
If they really want to go and compete, their squad is not that far away, but you have to go and sign the correct players. You clearly need a midfielder.
And I want to say I have them. The reason why I have them fourth is more so because I expect them to spend. I also expect the quality that they do have in those 4 players that I mentioned on why they would be top 4.
Yes.
But, and again, based off of the great conversation, this flowed. I was fully ready. And you know what? I reserve it for another time when we speak. But I was fully ready to actually go in and demolish Liverpool. But I'm going to hold off on that.
How kind of you?
Hey, this is going to be a great season. The clips that are out there, flawless. No, for all of us.
Actually, from a rival perspective, it's going to be great because seeing Arsenal and Liverpool fail again is always going to be fun. That's going to be fun for me.
Arsenal are doing it even better than Liverpool. Arsenal are losing by 2 points instead of 1 point. Arsenal are losing 2 seasons back to back.
Seeing Arsenal fail in Europe again will be good fun as well. Seeing them fail in the champs.
Now, Wallace, I know you said that City, it's City's league to lose, essentially.
Yeah, and you agree with me because you also have City first.
I do, but when we have the conversation, I think we'll save it for another night because I know how my minions are starting.
Yeah. Obviously, now that's common. You got to do what you got to do. I hear that.
But I want to say this: when we have the conversation about the congested fixture list for this season, because Champions League is completely different, 2 additional games. We got FA Cup, we got League Cup. Obviously, League Cup's in the second half of the year. But when we talk about all that congestion and the, dare I say, greedily, maybe a little spoiled, I say I want more than 1 trophy. That's when this team's going to look a little, I don't know. That's when I'm like, I don't know if multiple trophies are going to be possible. But again, that's rich man problems, first world problems. Let me chill on that.
Depends, your players might get tired in the Champions League quarterfinal again. That could happen. Not going to happen.
That happened once. Listen, that happened once.
Hey, fixture congestion, like you said, fixture congestion. So they're playing even more games potentially. So that could be a problem.
But they're hopefully.
I know Alvarez either. So
they got more. Flawless is talking facts. Talking facts. And again, those of you on Spotify, he doesn't have that sarcasm look on his face. He doesn't. He's actually spitting facts right now. I'm gonna say, this: if we end up winning on game day 1, you, me. My games versus Chelsea. We may not talk.
We're gonna get your predictions before you go. Yeah, 100%.
I have no idea who's actually going to be available for Pep. But
something about Grealish actually. Let me get to it.
Grealish was hurt.
Where is it? 1 second. Let me see this. There we go. Pep. We trained with the starting 11 versus Manchester United, and Grealish trained. But yesterday, Grealish was not fine. This is obviously the Friday before the Community Shield, was not fine, and we did not want to take a risk.
Yeah. They said he should be ready for the Chelsea game, but he may not.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, maybe against Chelsea he'll be ready, or I'm pretty sure against Ipswich Town. Otherwise, if he's injured now, 3 weeks to a month, he's out. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, woe is you, man. You'll only have Savio and Foden on the wings. Yeah, jeez. You know what I'm saying? He's going to struggle.
I don't... Foden
Bernardo's
great. Foden may not play just because of fitness and time off.
Okay, all right. So, so you might have, Bernardo Silva,
why
Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield, and then
Oscar, why is Wallace doing this?
Wing and Haaland up top. I'm just pointing out the options.
No, but why? No, but you're making it seem like it's not a big deal. This is Chelsea. Look at what Chelsea's been spending. Spending. They got a billion squad in front of me right now.
They did, and they won what with that billion squad?
Well, that's just it. The Pride of London can't afford not to win anything anymore. So this is a season opener.
Again, can't afford to, and expectations. And what was the other word you used before? Aspirations. That's it, man. Expectations, aspirations. Sure. You got any more Asians words, man? You know what I'm saying? You sounded like a preacher over there, man. You know what I'm saying? The aspirations and the expectations to the deliberations. to the nations. You know
this guy's
get
a
rid of the
joker.
hateration.
This
Yeah,
guy's a joker.
I see you in it. I see you. That's what it is.
I'm not preaching. I'm not preaching, but Chelsea are going to be a problem in this opener. I don't
I agree
know
with
what
that. They're gonna give you a game. They'll give you a game. Yeah, 100%. Shout out to
Sunshine in the
Sunshine
building.
every single time.
Listen, if
They'll give you a game.
it's going to be a good game, it should. I know you guys are the opener, actually, right? You guys play Friday.
Yes, we play Friday. Unfortunately, we the opener.
What do you mean? Unfortunately,
Because I'm not trying to see Manchester United play at all. Never mind, be the
Oh.
opening game on the Friday. Right, we've been a 3 o'clock
Oh,
kick mixed
you
in
know
with
what?
everyone else, but everyone watching us, man. A Friday, you know. It's
I
like,
love
you
it.
know,
I love
ruin
it.
my weekend before the weekend.
Nah, this watch along that's going to be a quality watch along. I can't lie because everyone's going to be tuned in. There's nothing else happening.
Yes,
That's
my
going to be
point.
that's going to be great. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
I expect United to win that game. I do.
I think
With
we'll
regards
win it too.
to yeah, you should win it. It should be a good game. I think with regards to the Chelsea, regardless of whatever 11 Pep decides to put out, I don't know what Chelsea may do. They've got 30-something players to choose from, but whatever they do, it's going to be an entertaining game. I think it's going to be very attacking. I'm backing my team to do it. I'm backing. You know what? I don't have the same PR as Liverpool, right? I don't have the same PR as Arsenal, but I remember last season when Klopp got tired, speaking of getting tired, and had to say farewell. But Klopp played the kids. Klopp had to play the kids to do his thing, apparently. When United were doing it, as much as I hated you guys, I did give you respect for the players that came through your academy. And you guys have some ridiculous long-standing history of players that have been through your academy being within the first team. For me right now, I'm looking at Phil Foden. I know he's an academy player. Yes, he's a veteran now in terms of his success and what he's accomplished, player of the year. But Phil Foden, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bob, Nico Riley, James McAtee. I've got 5 players right now through the academy on that first team that should be getting minutes. I'm very, very happy with that. And I think they're going to be leaned on heavily. And this is where it's like, I sound like it's rich man problems, first world problems, but I have to rely on these players to have to give me a 5-peat. And maybe that's the mentality, the hunger that's needed to keep everybody up for it. These players don't have those memories of raising the trophy, showing the armpits like the veterans do. So that hunger maybe keeps us going. I'm going to lean on those guys, especially until Phil Foden, KDB, Rodri, Grealish come back and are fit. So 2-1 City Chelsea, maybe a late 3-1, but 2-1. And I think, and I hate to say this, I think Chelsea scored first.
Yeah, man. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah. Do your thing.
Yo,
yeah,
Flawless. Everybody in the chat, please subscribe, like. Unfortunately, my phone's blowing up.
Cool.
I'll catch
Let them
you
know
guys.
where they can find you quick before you go. Let them know what
Yeah.
coming up quick.
Vader Games TV. It's simple. YouTube. Go look it up. I'm trying to do shows consistently 2, 3, 4 times a week if I can. I'm gonna drop a show tomorrow. Vader Games TV. Subscribe. My next show
links
is
in
gonna
the
be
title, people.
Yeah, my next show is gonna be 115. One question, 15 minutes, and I'm gonna talk about. Let me just put this on screen. I'm gonna actually, respect. Why top 4 is a proper fight? It's not a bad word. Top 4 is not a bad word. Top 4 is gonna be a proper fight by the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, United, maybe Arsenal, maybe. But listen, tune in, catch my show and other topics. I'm gonna hit up later in the season. So bless, Flawless. Good looking out.
Man.
Let me deal with my minions.
Do your thing, man. I appreciate you as always, man, Vader. We'll catch up. Actually, now before you go, Vader, just one quick thing.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Manchester City scoreline prediction.
2-1.
2-1 who?
3-1.
3-1. That's the Sunday game at the bridge.
Yeah.
3-1, yeah?
Holland brace.
Okay, 3-1 at the bridge. Okay. All right. Bless up, Vader, man. Every single time. Catch up with you soon. Big up, man. Bless up. Shout out to Vay every single time. Hey, big up Lewis. Hey, Lewis, if you're about, we're running clubs shortly. Let me know if you're about, family. You lot, make sure you subscribe to Carefree Lewis G and make sure you subscribe to Vata's channel. Links in the title. Vata Games TV. Go subscribe. Get him up to, I don't think he's at 1K. That's terrible. Get him up to 1,000 subscribers, man. Make sure you do that. That's my Don Vata right there every single time. Yeah, nephew, get the rest of the gang together. But I reached out to everyone, but I know you lot have team group chats and that. Yeah, Lewis, pull up. So we got Lewis, we got H, me, the Vodge. All right, we got 4. You guys just message me. Sorry, I just got a hilarious message. I'm going to say the message I just got. But let's see what else you lot are saying as well. Yeah, man, go get the gang together, man. Go get the squad together as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Any further questions for me, please let me know. Let me know. But I hope I'm wrong, but I am not looking forward to this season in the slightest, people. I am not looking forward to the season. I'm really not. No, but there will be watch-alongs right here on all the United watch-alongs, all the Premier League United watch-alongs, all Manchester United games will be here on the YouTube and on the Sarcasm City TV playback. However, all the other Premier League games, all the other Champions League games, all the other non-Manchester United watch-alongs will be on the playback exclusively. So, for example, the Saturday, where I've written down right here. So, Ipswich Town versus Liverpool, Arsenal versus Wolves. I may even, those 2 games will be on the playback. And then the Sunday, Chelsea versus City, that will also be on the playback. And then even the following Saturday, you got Brighton, Manchester United here on the YouTube and on the playback. But then you'll get Spurs versus Everton and Aston Villa versus Arsenal on the playback. And the following week, Arsenal versus Brighton, Leicester City versus Aston Villa, West Ham versus Manchester City, all on Saturday the 31st, will all be on the Sarcasm City TV playback. So get over to the playback, people. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV, because if you are not on there, you are missing out. Because not only do you get Premier League watch-alongs, Champions League watch-alongs, Europa League watch-alongs, NBA watch-alongs, boxing watch-alongs, UFC watch-alongs, Formula 1 watch-alongs and content. I'm missing one. Steve's going to start the NFL content as well. People, look, that's 7. I'm saying, who else is doing this many sports? Football, basketball, boxing, UFC, Formula 1, NFL. I'm literally trying to cover all sports, people. Wait till I find someone who does more sports like cricket, motorsport, golf, tennis, the whole 9. We cover, trust me, people. Sarcasm City TV, man. Like, it's not even a city. You're trying to go sarcasm worldwide. That's what it is, man. You're trying to be worldwide. That's what it is. Let me drop the playback in the thing. 7 and he got up 8 fingers. You lot know I can't count. We move. You know what I'm saying? What did I count? Football, basketball, boxing, NFL. Well, wait. Football, basketball, boxing, UFC, NFL. What am I missing? That's 5. Formula 1. What's the other one? Might confuse me now. You don't know maths ain't my strong suit. But hey, we move. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I didn't add in cricket. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Sure, man. How about you shut up, Sunshine? No one asked you anything. Yeah. How about you do that? Oscar, big up. You can see it there. Yeah, cricket's only T20, but I'm talking the other formats. But we do have T20 over there. Playback right there, people. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV as well. I'm going to have to do a FPL. I'll probably set it up tomorrow because you lot keep asking for it. So I'm going to have to do it and set it up. So I'll set up a league. Yeah, it's Wednesday because I'm not until late. I can get that done while I'm doing other bits as well. I can do that. Yeah, YG just messaged me as well. Who's live, people? Who's live for me to redirect to? I'm going to send you lot to them. But then obviously get over to the playback, people. But like I said, football, basketball, boxing, UFC, Formula 1, NFL. This goes on, people. We out here. That's 6, by the way. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about? See? Oh, it's Northside Live. If Northside's live, we'll redirect to Northside. What's Northside talking about? Does he reckon Arsenal can win the league? Stupid question. I know we can't. Well, final few questions, and then we'll go, people. I'm going to go. Final few questions. Yeah, well, I'll redirect you lot to Northside then. That is the case. Hey. Well done. Hold that, man. This guy. Oh, well done. Egypt guy. Just get on clubs, man. Sarcasm City C before you lot ask as well. Who has Man United actually? What about Manchester United? Northside trolling. What, he has United winning the league? He out here trolling. Is that what he's on? Is that what he's on? No way did he say that. Northside didn't say that. He's smarter than that. He's smarter than that. Let me check the stars as well. Oh, look at the violins in the chat. Oh, Hardy, ha, ha. You lot are so funny. You really are. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything? Yeah, pretty much. The Sancho thing is an indictment of Ten Hag's maturity. Ten Hag is a grown-ass man feuding with a player who could have helped the squad. But now it looks like he's on his way out, which is the best move for him, I'm not going to lie. It really is as well. Lee said that. Yeah, of course, Lee trolling. Shout out to him. I did see the Camavinga thing. It looked like a nasty one. It looked kind of slipped. It did look like a nasty one. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he is indeed okay. All right, we're going to close out. You know, everyone that is locked in. Shout out to my guy Veta. Make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. I'm going to go live on the playback in a second. Wait, are Beige and Red still live? Nah, they went live earlier on. So they're not. I got to refresh it on the YouTube studio. Den says, big up DJ Den says, hope your channel hits 100K minimum, bro. Sick content. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, man. Love, big up, man. Appreciate the kind words, everyone who is supporting. For real. We're back on here tomorrow, 11:30 p.m. UK time, people. UK time, Mandem United gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast. So I'll be back with TJ and Tony talking all things Manchester United, talking all things Arsenal as well. And hopefully I should have the set up. I should have the FPL league settled by then. But you know what? I'm not gonna promise anything. I'm gonna do my best to do it. I'll do my very, very best. But yeah. Right, Northside's always doing a calling show. Shout out Northside. I will. Yeah, Sarcasm City Nation, you already know. But anyways, love to everyone that has locked in. Oh yeah, and Veta's mentioned it many a time during the show. Don't forget, we are available on all audio platforms, people. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, anywhere you listen to music, type in when there's a podcast section, type in Sarcasm City TV, and this show and audio of the shows will pop up. All the shows on the YouTube channel apart from watch alongs. So everyone who uses Spotify for whatever you use Spotify for, so whether that's podcasts, whether that's music, whether that's both, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow us, and 5-star us on Spotify. Make sure you do so. iTunes, all you iPhone users, make sure you do the same as well. Please 5-star us on there. Same with SoundCloud as well. I'm going to drop the Spotify in the chat, people. Spotify, boom, is right there in the chat. You can see it on the screen. Please click. Shout out to good night to you too, Sunshine. Spotify, you see it right there, people. Spotify is right there. And same with the playback. Please get over to the playback because it is rolled to 100. Rolled to 100. Rolled to 600 followers on there. Sorry. So playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV or download the app. See it right there. Playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. I love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester City Show. Mandem United podcast meets the Mandem City podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.